to have the honor of welcoming our worthy chief guest of this event, Dr. Sarmishta Sahu, Coordinator, National Anveshika Network of India, esteemed faculty members, and all the students to the 5 days online physics workshop. Here, I would also like to thank and welcome all the faculty members and students, those who have joined us from different other institutions also. Thank you very much for joining us. So, Department of Physics, Kanya Mahavidyalaya Jalandhar, organizes such an interesting and informative seminars annually, and also arranges several workshops like Anubhuti, student mentoring workshop, physics workshop by like Professor Dr. M.S. Marwaha, etc. But due to prevailing pandemic conditions, for the first time, DBT sponsored 5 days physics workshop is being organized online. I would like to express my gratitude to Dr. Samishta Sahu for accepting our invitation and sparing precious time from her busy schedule for conducting such an interactive online interaction workshop. Here, I would like to introduce Dr. Samishta Sahu, Coordinator National Anveshika Network of India, to our students and faculty members. Dr. Samishta Sahu is retired Associate Professor of Physics from Maharani Lakshmi Amani College for Women, Bangalore. She is a very dynamic personality who has voluntarily provided her services as a teacher in Indian Association of Physics, Indian Science Academies, Bangalore, Maharani Lakshmi Amani College, Augusta International Foundation. She has authored several books like 8 volumes of Understanding Physics, 8 volumes of Concise Physics. Till date, she has conducted countless workshops, hundreds of science demonstrations, plenty of interactive lecture demonstrations. She has got 3 UGC minor research projects in her credit. She has published 9 research papers in National Journal and 10 in a Journal of International Review. She has been bestowed with several awards, like 6 times for conducting national competition of innovative experiments, 3 times for national competition of innovative computational physics. She has got many achievements in her credits, but due to time constraint, I have presented very few of them. We are very fortunate to have you, ma'am, to have such an eminent personality with us. Our students as well as our faculty members are very excited to participate in this live online first going workshop and to learn physics from by doing. So without any further delay, I would request Dr. Samishta Sahu to take the charge, ma'am. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you very, very much for your lovely words and a wonderful, very pleasant welcome to all of us, including the students. Thank you very much. It is definitely a privilege for me to interact with you, all the students, though I cannot see you right in front of me, but at the same time, I'm seeing you through your photos, and I'm very, very happy to be with you. This is definitely not a learning uh, what platform. We are going to play. Are you ready for the game? Yes, no.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
It's not a class like you have a class in your classroom, which is bounded by 4 walls and things like that. Here you are free to imagine, to think, to do whatever you want to do, and just share whatever is your ideas so that all of us can get involved in it. Okay, so that is the activity based workshop that we want to have. The first one of it is multiple reflection. All of us watch ourselves in the mirror early morning when we get up. Do we? Every time I think you are muted, I would request you to answer. And the best way to do it is just press the space bar for a minute or whatever time you are talking. Finish your talking, leave the space bar, then you are again muted. So you will not be disturbing many others. And I want you to interact. Okay, so will you try it? Every time I'm asking a question, I would request you to press the space bar and answer. Whoever does it first, automatically the others will keep quiet. So it will be a interaction, and at the same time, it will be a sharing from all of you. It is definitely going to be a peer learning. You are going to learn from your friends. And that is possible only when you talk. Is that okay? So it's not, there is no bar. You have to talk, and you do talk. Please, whenever you can, just press your space bar and think, answer. Okay. Now, do we see the mirror every day early in the morning? How many
Yes.
of you watch the mirror or see your face in the mirror? Is there anybody who doesn't? No.
No, ma'am.
Body. By sort of it has become a subconscious self. You want to watch whether you are okay to exhibit yourself to the world around you. So that is why you put see your mirror. You want to see whether your hair is okay. You have just kempt. Obviously, you want to see whether your face is okay or something is sticking to it. You want to make yourself look neat, and that is why you look at the mirror. Am I right? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
Now, what
ma'am.
do you see in a mirror? Why do you see in a mirror, first of all? Why? I want you to answer. Please, please.
Want to see how we are looking.
Yes, you see your image. Is that right? In physics, in science, we call whatever we are seeing through the mirror an image. So you are seeing yourself as an image in the mirror. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
If you have a mirror right in front of you, I understand most of you do not have. I'm sorry, because of the pandemic, you can't really go out and collect things. And so I expected that you would have some mirrors around you. If you have, fine. If you don't have, I will try to show you. But definitely, it would be much better if you do the activities yourself and give me the answer instead of seeing what is happening in front of me. Okay, so if you have a mirror, keep a pen or a pencil in front of it and tell me what are you seeing in the mirror. Anyone who has a mirror can do it. I'm sure some of you have. What's happening?
Please keep your cameras on.
We are seeing the image of the pen.
You are seeing the image of the pen. Okay,
Yes.
you just move your pen forward. What happens to the image?
Ma'am, image become bigger.
The image becomes bigger. See carefully. See carefully. With respect to the object, what is happening to the mirror, to the image through the mirror?
Image becomes opposite.
The image is opposite to your object. That means if the object is in front of your mirror, the image is behind the mirror. Am I right? I'm just rephrasing whatever you have told me. You said behind. So I'm just telling you that the image is behind the mirror. Yes? Okay. If you bring the mirror close to, I'm sorry, if you bring your pencil close to the mirror, what happens to the image?
It also comes closer.
It comes closer to the mirror. Okay. Let us make an estimate. What is the distance of the object in front of the mirror? Make an estimate with your finger. Four fingers, three fingers, 1 centimeter, 10 centimeter, whatever you feel like. And look at the image. Where is the image behind the mirror?
I'm at the same distance.
It is at the same distance. You are telling because you have learnt it in class 6, or are you telling by watching what is happening? Lovely.
Ma'am, I am watching also and I have learned it also.
Yes, you have learnt it. Let us keep behind whatever we have learned. We have learnt it from the textbook. Let's not take that knowledge. Let us do it and find it out for ourselves. So if I keep my finger in front of the mirror, if I keep it at 2 inches, I see that the image is approximately 2 inches. I can actually keep a scale just behind it. I will keep it at the 0. If I keep it at 2 centimeters from the scale, I will see the image of the scale also behind it, and the image will be 2 centimeters behind. Is that clear? Okay, so that gives me a clear. Do you have a scale? Scale, just keep the scale like this. Keep the scale. Can you see like this? Okay. Keep the scale and then keep your finger in front on the scale. Look at the distance. Actually, what I would do is I will switch to my camera so that I will not be able to see you, but I will be able to give you a bigger view. Is that okay with you? Shall I switch and go to my camera mode? Yes, Neetu, I will share my camera. Okay, can you see me now? Can you see me now?
Yes,
Yes.
yes, ma'am.
Because since you don't have most of the things, it would be better if I can show you simultaneously doing. Okay, so what I said is you just take a mirror, and with respect to the mirror, if I keep a scale, okay, I'm keep my finger over here. Then I'm looking at the image and I'm finding out that the image is behind the mirror, and I can find out what distance I have kept. So if I've kept it at 6 centimeters, I can also show I'm keeping it at the length of my protractor. Okay, and my finger is at the image of my protractor. Can you see? This is my protractor. I'm keeping my finger over here. Where is my finger? Behind the protractor. Here I have kept it in front of the protractor. The image of my finger is behind the protractor. So whatever is the length of my protractor, the image is exactly at the same length behind the mirror. Am I right? Okay. So always we say that the object distance is equivalent to image distance. This is why we call it as the object distance is equivalent to the image distance. Is it okay? Okay. What
Yes,
else?
ma'am.
That is one thing you have realized. What else are you seeing? Is the color of my object changing in the mirror?
No.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
To the mirror. I kept an eraser. The image, is the size changing? Is it becoming circular? Is it becoming longer? Is it becoming thinner?
No, ma'am.
No.
No, ma'am.
Exactly same as my object. Whatever is the shape and size of my object, my image is also the same shape and size. That is again another property of a plane mirror. Okay. Now this object is what? Symmetrical. I've kept an eraser which is symmetrical about its axis. Let us keep something which is not symmetrical. Let me say I'm going to keep this pen cap. Okay. Look at the pen cap. This one is having the projection onto your right. This green color cap that is put into your pocket is to your right. But for me, when I'm behind the mirror, I'm behind the mirror now. For you, I'm behind the mirror. Am I right? For me, the image that this part, this projection is looking as if it is to my left. All right, because I am seeing from behind the mirror, you are seeing from front of the mirror. That is why you are seeing this sort of a lateral inversion. It is true only when the observers are different. You are one observer, I am another observer. So it looks to you, the pen cap, this projection is to your right. For me, the pen cap, this projection is to my left. Okay, this is what is known as a lateral inversion. Okay. Now with one pen cap, how many images are you seeing? I have one object, one pen cap. How many images are you seeing? 5?
One.
One.
Only. Very good. Keep it up. For one object, there is only one image. So these are just some properties that you will observe which is taking place because it is a plane mirror. We have studied in class 5, 6. We are seeing that every day in our bedroom, in our bathroom, everywhere. But we just don't stop to think. But if you stop to think, you will realize, oh, whatever we are studying in the textbook is very much happening every day with us. It's just that I have not realized it so far. If you give it a minute, you will realize whatever you have studied is happening in our day-to-day life itself. All right. Okay. Now, what else do I want to tell about the mirror? I think plane mirror, we have done a lot of it in our school days. So we will take another 2 mirrors instead of 1 mirror. So what I wanted you all to do is, unfortunately, you have not brought it. It's fine with you. I wanted you to bring 2 mirrors like this. Okay. And I said you can bring a little cellophane tape. So I've put a little cellophane tape over here so that it is like a door. It is a hinge and I can turn one mirror with respect to the other. If you have not done it now, fine. Whenever you have time and you have the means of getting a couple of mirrors, do it at home and check it once again. Right now, I will just demonstrate it. If you have it with you, I would stop so that you can make it. What I want you to do is take 2 mirrors and take a little cellophane tape and put it behind it so that it is like a hinge, door hinge. Okay, anybody who has and wants me to stop, please put up your hand or tell me, I will stop.
Yes, ma'am, we have.
You have. Okay, then will you please do it?
Yes,
A easy task. Put a little sellotape. Give little leeway for the 2 mirrors to move with respect to each other. Please do that. Do that and keep it with you so that it will be easy for you to do the activities. Is it a difficult task?
No, ma'am.
Not really. Not really. Okay.
Yes, ma'am, done.
Now, having done it, it is not going to take too much time. Okay. Now, this can be kept at any angle with respect to each other. Suppose I keep this is fixed, then I can keep it like this. If I keep it like this, what is the angle between these 2 mirrors? This is my angle. What is the angle between these 2 mirrors?
180 degree.
180 degree.
180 degrees. Keep it up. If I keep a protractor below it, I can make sure that yes, it is 180 degrees. All right. And this angle is 180 degrees. But when I'm keeping it on the protractor is transparent. Are you able to see the image of the protractor? I'm shaking it too much. I've done it on a foam board so that it is sturdier. I'm keeping it over here. Can you see the protractor image?
Yes, ma'am.
Image of protractor? I have used this protractor, which is the form of a D. Correct? I'm keeping it below the mirror. You are seeing the image. Does the protractor look like a D anymore?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
What does it look like? What does it look like?
It looks like circle.
It looks like a circle. It looks as if it is having 360 degrees and not 180 degrees. This is because you are getting an image of the protractor behind your mirror. Am I right?
Yes,
Are
ma'am.
you getting
Yes,
it?
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Is that image one
Yes, ma'am.
image or many images? How many images are you getting?
2.
It is in reality only one.
One.
But because of the crack over here, there is a gap over here, okay? And that gap is visible in the image. It divides that image into 2 parts and it looks as if there is one half and another half added together to give you one image. Excepting for that break, it is actually one image. If I have the protractor like this, I am getting another image behind it, something like this behind it, excepting for the crack. Okay, so how?
One.
Only one. Okay, what was the angle between the 2 mirrors?
No, 180.
180 degrees.
180.
And when I'm looking at the image and the object, what is the angle between the object and the image? Please look at my
360
degrees.
360 degrees.
Okay. So this 360 degrees is the space which is having both the object and the image behind it. In 360 degrees, you are having object and image. Okay. The angle between the 2 mirrors was 180 degrees. Any doubt about it? This is the angle between the 2 mirrors. How many image did you see? Only one. Okay. I wish you can jot down this somewhere. Angle between the mirror is 180 degrees. Number of images is equivalent to 1. Will you please make a tabular column? Number of images and angle. I want you to jot down somewhere. Angle is 180 degrees. and number of images is equivalent to 1. What is the total number of images plus object? Can anybody tell me now? How many object and how many image do you have?
And one object,
One object, one image. Fantastic. I have kept protractor as my object. If I keep it over here, this is my object. Then I'm getting one object, one image. Correct? One object, one image. Angle is 180 degrees. Now let me change the angle. I wish to change the angle. Okay. So let me say I will keep it on my protractor and keep it at 120 degrees. I'm keeping the 0 at the junction of the two mirrors, and I'm keeping this at 120 degrees. I decided to keep it at 120 degrees. So I'm keeping it at 120 degrees. I'll keep it in front of you. Okay. Now I have kept it at 120 degrees. Got it? Now I'm keeping an object in front of it. Can you see the images in the mirror?
Yes, ma'am.
How many images are you seeing?
Ma'am, 2 images.
How many objects are you seeing?
One object.
Total object, how many are there?
3.
3. What is the angle between the two mirrors?
120 degrees.
I've taken out the object and I've just kept the protractor. When I keep the protractor and keep it at 120 degrees, do you see the image of the protractor in the mirror?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
How does the protractor look?
It looks like a circle.
Circle.
Now this is slightly deformed because I am not keeping it exactly perpendicular. Can you feel that there is a slight movement? Okay. I'm not keeping it exactly perpendicular, but now can you see, is it looking like a circle?
Yes, ma'am.
So in this circle, we are having object and image. What is the angle of the object space and image space?
360.
What is the angle of the object space alone?
120.
120 degrees. Can you see any link between 360 degrees, 120 degrees, and the number of images plus the object? How many number of images and object did you have?
3, ma'am.
2 plus 1, 3. Very good. Somebody is telling. I'm not able to recognize who, but I can hear the sound and I'm very, very happy that you are answering. So we have 2 images, 1 object, totally 3. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And the total angle is 360 degrees. Angle in the object space is only 120 degrees. Can you see a link between the 3 things? 360, 123. Is there something which is reminded you?
Ma'am, they are divisible by 3.
Pardon?
Ma'am, they are divisible by 3.
Excellent. They are divisible by 3. 360 divided by 120 is also equivalent to 3. You're forgetting that. 360 divided by 120 is also equivalent to 3. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Very much, very much. So that is the thing. 360 divided by 120 is equivalent to 3. And what is 3? 3 is nothing but number of images plus the object. Got it?
Yes,
Got
ma'am.
it? Okay. Now let me do it another angle. I want to keep it at 90 degrees. I'm keeping it at 90 degrees. I kept it at 90 degrees. I'm keeping my object over here. If you have something to see, I have kept the object over here. How many images are you able to see? Shall I turn it a little?
4.
4.
Can you see? How many images are you seeing?
Ma'am, 4.
Number of images.
And 3.
3. Ma'am, 3.
Number of images plus object.
4.
4. What is the angle over here?
Ma'am, 90 degree.
90 degree.
What is the total angle made by the
360
protractor?
360
360 degrees. So is there any relation between 360 degrees, 90 degrees, and the number of images plus the object?
Yes, ma'am. 360 divided by 90 is 4.
Fantastic, fantastic. Harnam is answering. It is 360 divided by 90 is equivalent to 4. And 4 is nothing but the number of images plus the object. Yes? Very good. Keep it up. One more thing.
Yes, ma'am.
Let me show it to you. If I keep the object touching both my mirrors, what is the shape of this?
Rhombus.
A four-sided figure. It is a rhombus.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. If I do it for 120 degrees, I had skipped it. So I'm going back to 120 degrees and I'm showing you. If I keep the object touching both the mirrors, what sort of an image?
Triangle.
Triangle.
Total number of objects plus image was 3. It is a three-sided figure. Then the next one, total number of objects and image is equivalent to 4. It is a four-sided figure. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. Now let us
Yes,
see
ma'am.
degrees. Those of you who have it yourself, because it's much easier to do it yourself than for me to show. I'm keeping it at 60 degrees and I'm keeping my object. Can you count how many images are there? Please count.
Ma'am, 4. Ma'am, 6.
Some of you are telling 6, some of you are telling 4. I think I will change the explanation so that you can see it properly. Unfortunately, I can't. The view is different for different children. This is worse. Now see. Now see. How many images are there?
4.
One is over here. One is behind. Okay. There is actually 5. You can see in the side. 1, 2, 1 behind the junction of the mirror. 3. Then again 4 and 5. There are 5 images plus 1 object. Let me try to move it a little better so that I can show it to you. I think this is better. It's not that I am trying to cheat you. You check now. Can you see?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am.
Okay, it actually depends on the angle from which I'm showing. I'm not able to show everybody from the same angle. That is why this problem. But actually you are seeing, for me, if I look from here, I can see very clearly 5 images plus 1 object. Totally, I'm getting 6. 6. 5 images plus 1 object. Okay. And the angle between the two mirrors is equivalent to
60 degrees.
60 degrees.
And the total angle of the mirror of the object and the images put together is equivalent to, if I take out the object, you can see the circle of the protractor is showing you a full circle. So it is totally 360 degrees. Okay. So again, the link between them is 360
Divided by 60 is equals to 6.
Fantastic. Okay. So now you have seen so many situations. I showed you 3 or 4. So can you tell me now what is the relation between the angle between the two mirrors and the number of object plus image? Just write it and show me. Suppose I call this angle as theta. I made it 180, 120, 90, 60, like that I kept on changing. Let that not have any number. Let me call it symbolically as theta. So the total space is 360 degrees. Angle between the two mirrors is theta. Let me call the number of images as n. How many objects were we having every time?
1.
1. So the number of image, I'm calling it as n. Number of image plus object, I will call it as n plus 1. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
If you are not understanding my language or if you are not understanding my style in which I'm talking, please ask. Okay, don't keep quiet. Don't say that, okay, whatever she's saying, I'm not going to bother. You try to pick it up. Okay, so I want you to please ask questions if you have any, so that all of you are going along with me. I don't want anybody to be left behind. Okay, so if I say that the number of images is n and the number of object is 1, total number of image plus object will be n plus 1. So now tell me a relation between the angle mirrors and the number of image plus object.
n+1 theta is equal to
Ma'am,
360
n plus 1 is
degrees.
equal to 360 divided by the angle.
Excellent, excellent. Deepti, fantastic. Can we give her a hand? Please. I'm feeling proud that Deepti is answering fantastically well. She told me that 360 divided by the angle is equivalent to n plus 1. Is it true or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Who told her the formula? Who told you, Deepti? How did you know the answer?
Ma'am, you taught us.
I didn't teach you. You are doing it yourself. I didn't teach you. You are doing it for yourself when you are watching. You are finding out for yourself. Yes or no? And that is what a scientist does. He does experiments, finds out from the experiment what is the inference, and then tries to link what is happening in between. And that's what you have done. So keep it up. Deepti is the scientist of the class. And I'm sure all of you knew the answer. It's just that you didn't open your mouth. Am I right? All of you knew the answer. Everybody knows the answer very well. It's just that you don't want to open your mouth. You are feeling scared, or maybe you are feeling shy, or maybe you don't want to answer. You are enough for me. I have answered all this. It is simple, but it is definitely profound. Please watch what is happening. Okay. And take interest. You will find that there's plenty of things that you are going to learn from it. So did you get the relative general expression for the angle between the two mirrors and the number of images? And you see that it is 360 divided by theta is equivalent to n plus 1. Please write it somewhere. 360 divided by theta is equivalent to n plus 1, where n is the number of images, 1 is the number of object, theta is the angle between the two mirrors. Now I'm not going to show you. I will say, if I keep the two mirrors at 30 degrees, how many images will I get? You look at the thing expression, think and tell me. Think and tell me. I'm sure you can.
Ma'am, 11.
Fantastic. Who's answering? 11. Somebody told me now.
Ma'am, Ripu Daman.
Pardon? Ripu. Very good. Keep it up, Ripu. Great. I'm happy. So now she told me that 360 divided by 30 is equivalent to 12. 12 is equivalent to n plus 1. So n is equivalent to 11. Fantastic. Fantastic. So now she knows the general formula she has found out, and therefore she is able to predict that this is what is going to happen if I keep it at 30 degrees. I will find it very difficult to show you 30 degrees because it is very small angle. If I keep this, you'll see so many images, counting will be difficult. Counting will be difficult. If you have the mirrors in front of you, you can do it at home and check. Okay. And you will be extremely thrilled to note that whatever you are predicting is coming true. If I keep it at 45 degrees, all of you please watch. If I keep these two mirrors at 45 degrees, how many images should I get? How many images should I get?
8.
8.
I'm 7.
7 images and
7.
Yes, yes. 7 images plus 1 object. Total is 8. Total is 8. 360 divided by 45 is 8. But number of images is 1 less. Because one of them is object. So obviously there will be 1 less images. So 7 images. So you are able to tell me now everything. If I keep it at 20 degrees, how many images will I get?
I'm 17.
Fantastic. I think Aditi is very fast. Keep it up. So you will get 17 images. So is it very difficult now to tell you how many images you will get if you keep the two mirrors at some angle?
no, ma'am.
No. Now I'm going backwards. I'm saying that suppose I do not know, I don't have a protractor. I don't have a protractor. At home, I don't have. Where will I go? The shops are all closed. Everything is band. There is a total lockdown. I don't have a thing. I just keep these two mirrors and I want to find out what is the angle between these two mirrors. Okay, I want to find out what is the angle between these two mirrors. What can I do? I will just keep an image, object over here.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
I keep an object. Then I look
Yes,
at the
ma'am.
images. How many images am I getting? Let me see.
Two.
Two.
I am getting 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm getting 4 images. I'm not able to show you. I'm seeing like this. I'm getting 4 images. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 images. Okay. So total 4 plus 1 object. I'm sorry. I told you that's why if you bring the mirrors yourself, you can see it. I am getting now 4 images. 4 images plus 1 is equivalent to 5. What is the angle between these two mirrors?
75.
72.
72.
Fantastic. So there
Ma'am,
are many
72
answers.
degree.
Now I can't clap one girl. I have to clap the whole class. Keep it up. Keep it up. Keep it up. Fantastic. So now what I have done, I wanted to measure this angle. I don't have a measuring device. I don't have a protractor at home. And I want to find out what is the angle between them. So what did I do? I simply took a pen cap and kept it in front of it and counted the number of images. Luckily, I got some whole number of images. How many images did I get? I counted and told you that I'm getting 4 images. So what is the angle? You know the relation now. So you are able to back calculate and tell me, yes, that the number of images, if it is equal to 4, 4 plus 1 is equal to 5. 360 divided by 5 is equal to 72, and therefore the angle must be 72. So now I'm showing you a method by which you can measure angles in this plane. This is a plane. This paper is a plane. The angle between these two mirrors is in this paper. Okay? Therefore, it is called a planar angle. Angles in a plane is a planar angle. What is the angle? This line and this line. When they meet at a point, the angle between these two lines in this plane is known as the planar angle. So I have now given you a method of finding out the planar angle. Okay, you go somewhere and you see something, oh, there are two things like this, and I want to know the angle. You don't get a protractor. How can you find out the angle? Suppose I will keep this angle like this, and I will keep this object. How many images am I getting?
Two.
Two. So what is this angle?
120.
120. We had just now done it, so it is 120. Fantastic. Suppose you will say, you are only giving me some angles 180 degrees, 120 degrees, 90 degrees, 60 degrees, 72 degrees. All of these are factors of 360. Therefore, I'm able to do it. What if it is at an angle something different? Just watch what I'm doing. I'm keeping it at 120 degrees, gradually increasing it slowly. Okay, this angle, I wish I could show it to you. Okay, I'm showing it like this. Are you getting two images?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
Not really. You are
Yes,
getting
ma'am.
one full image and another part of an image. You are not getting a full image. Can you see that? One
Yes, ma'am.
image is full
Yes,
complete,
ma'am.
but another image is half. Not half, maybe 30%, maybe 70%, maybe 60%. It is not a full image. Am I clear? If I
Yes,
keep
ma'am.
it,
Yes, ma'am.
if I keep it like this,
Ma'am.
it is two images. If I keep it like this, it is two images. But if I keep it like this, I'm not seeing two images. I'm seeing one image full and another image partly. Correct? If it was two images, the angle was how much? 120 degrees. If it was one image, the angle was how much? If it is
180
180
degrees.
180 degrees. So if I get 1.5 image, what will be the angle?
Angle is between 120 degree and 180 degree.
Beautiful, beautiful, excellent. So the angle, if I'm not getting an image completely, I'm getting a partly image, 1.5 or 1.25, 1.3 images or 1.4 images. Obviously, the angle is between 120 and 180. Okay, this in number of images is an integer. Okay, total number of images. If I want a full image is an integer. So that is why I was taking this angle such that I get an integral number. 120 if I take, I will get 2. If I take 180, I will get 1. If I take 90, I will get 3. If I take 60, I will get 5. If I take 72, I will get 4. That is why I was taking those angles so that I get full. But if I want to find out the angle and if I get part of the image, I can only tell that the angle is between this and this. You have just now told me that the angle is between 120 and 180 if the number of images is 1 plus something, but it is not 2. Just now you told me that? Yes?
Yes,
Shall I
ma'am.
minimize this so that you, yes. Is that clear?
Yes,
Is that
ma'am.
clear, all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
You are able to understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If I do like this, I can't see at least 2-3 people I could see. Now I can't see anybody. So let it be open. Okay, let it be open so that I can see who is answering and quickly read that name. I won't know your name perfectly, but I can at least read the name and tell you who's answering. Okay, so did you follow my statement?
Yes,
Yes
ma'am.
or no?
Yes.
Yes. Now I want you have jotted down. Okay, now I'm just repeating, you have jotted down when the angle is 180 degrees, the number of images was 1.
One.
Please write somewhere, please write it. If it was 120 degrees, number of images was
2.
If it
2.
was 72 degrees, the number of, no, 90 degrees, the number of images was
4.
number of images is 3.
That is
3. Number of images I'm asking. If it is 72 degrees, number of images is
4.
4.
If it is 60 degrees, number of images is
5.
5. If it is 30 degrees, 45 degrees, you have told me 45 degrees, number of images is
7.
7. Okay, you have all these numbers with you? Yes?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Now you have,
Yes, ma'am.
now what did we see when I was increasing? When I was 180 degrees, I got 1 image. When it became 120 degrees, became 2 images. When it was 90 degrees, it became 3 images. When the angle is decreasing, what is happening to the number of images?
Number of
Increasing.
Increasing. It is
Increasing.
Fantastic, fantastic. Therefore, n, the number of images, is inversely proportional to theta. When it is one is decreasing, one is increasing. Can we say it is inversely proportional?
Yes, ma'am.
Very much true. We have learned it in mathematics itself. What is inverse? So when my theta is decreasing, n is increasing. Therefore, the relation between n and theta should be, how do you want to write the relation? N is
inversely
to 1 by theta. N is proportional to 1 by theta. Yes or no?
Yes.
Let us plot a
Yes,
graph.
ma'am.
All of you have a graph sheet at least?
Yes, ma'am.
You have a graph sheet? Yeah, take out your graph sheet, take out your pencil or a pen. I want you to plot n on the y-axis, n on the y-axis, and 1 by theta on the x-axis. 1 by theta on the x-axis. Okay. Now, look here. What was your theta? Theta was 180, 120, 90, 72, 60. Let us stop over here. Or 45. 6 points is enough. So now I have, what are the thetas? 180, quickly. 120, 90, 72, 60, and 45. And what was your n?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
3, 4,
7.
5. Correct. Okay.
6 and etc.
And 7. 45 was 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 7. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, can you plot a graph? Now, when you are plotting a graph, I want you to plot 1 by theta. Therefore, you have to take your calculator and divide it. I think 1 by 180 divided by theta, divided by, 1 divided by 180, you will get a fraction. To make your life simple, I'm just telling you this. Divide your angles by 360. Divide your angles by 360. So it will be 180 divided by 360. Then 120 divided by 360. 72 divided by 360. Just to get a number quickly. Did you get my point?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
So take all your angles and divide it by 360. Don't divide it means don't actually divide. Simply write 120 by 360. Then you write 120 by 360. Don't divide it. Don't divide it and make it a number. Okay. Just keep it as a fraction. Okay. This is your theta. So what is 1 by theta? If your theta is 180 divided by 360, 120 divided by 360, then what is 1 by theta?
And 1 by
360
by 360 divided by 180.
Write that down. Please write that down. So I have told you that you were always, I've given you one number and I've told you divide, multiply, whatever. Remember that. Okay. Now you plot a graph of n versus theta. N versus 1 by theta. Keep your theta as it is. What is it? It is 360 divided by 180. Okay. So what you will get is number 2.
Yes, ma'am.
Or 1 or 3 or 4 or whatever it is. Now you take your graph paper, write n on the y-axis and 1 by theta on the x-axis and plot a graph. Plot a graph quickly. Plot the points first.
2, 3, 4.
I want all of you to please do it. Then you will really enjoy. I am also doing along with you. I'm doing it on my paper. You have 6 points. So if you quickly plot those, how do these 6 points look? What sort of a graph will they
It's a
form?
straight line and a curve at the
Decreasing
end.
slope.
It is a
Decreasing slope.
It is a decreasing slope. Okay. And is it a straight line or a circle or a parabola? Or
Straight line. Straight line.
It is a straight line. Please join the straight line. Please join all the points. Extend it so that it cuts your y-axis. If you have done the y-axis little space below, you will be able to cut the y-axis. If you don't have place, then make an estimate of where it is cutting. If you have place, it is best. I should have told you that. Keep some space. Anyway, Extend this straight line so that it touches your y-axis. If it is a straight line, please find out its slope and intercept. If it is a straight line, find out its slope and intercept. And I want you to tell me what is the slope and what is the intercept. Please note 1 by theta you have multiplied by 360 everywhere. 360 divided by 180, 360 divided by 120, 360 divided by 90, like that you are done. So x-axis you have multiplied 360, y-axis was your n. So find out the slope. Tell me how much is the slope. If you don't take your 360 into account, it is effectively equivalent to 1.
Yes, ma'am.
And the intercept is equivalent to how much? Please find out your intercept. Extend your straight line so that it touches your y-axis. Then you will be able to tell me what is your intercept.
I'm at 7.
Pardon? 7?
Yes,
No,
ma'am.
no. Better a y-intercept on the y-axis. So if you join the straight lines, it will touch your y-axis just below your 0. You're making some mistake, I feel. If you join all these points, it will touch your y-axis at a point just below your 0. How much is that? You want me to show? I think you can do it, and I'm sure you can do it better than me. You will draw it better than me, so I don't want to show.
Ma'am, -1.
Yes, it is -1. I'm extremely happy. Who is this girl? What's your name?
Ma'am, Mansi.
Mansi Devi. Congratulations, hearty congratulations. It is -1. And just look at this. Can you see this? I don't think. I have to share it, na? She has already told.
Yes,
I don't have to show you anymore. She has already told. Okay. Now, can you see? No, let me not. Can you see my camera?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am. I did some gadbad. I shared screen. I have to do. Okay. Please see what I have done. I have converted all my thetas into radians. I have written all the angles in radians purposely on the left hand side. Can you see my graph?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I have made 180 degrees, 1 by 180 degrees as 2 pi by 2. 2 pi is 360 degrees and 180 degrees, I have written it theta as 2 pi by 2. 180 degrees is 360 divided by 2. So it is 2 pi by 2. I have written 120 as 2 pi by 3. I have written 90 as 2 pi by 4. I have written 72 as 2 pi by 5. I have written 60 degrees as 2 pi by 6. Yes. Okay. So 1 by theta will be equivalent to ulta of this. It will be 2 by 2 pi, 3 by 2 pi, 4 by 3 pi, 5 by 2 pi, 6 by 2 pi, and so on. So I have written on my x-axis. Look at my x-axis. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like that into 1 by 2 pi. And my y-axis is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up to 12. I have plotted all these points. Look at the line, absolutely straight line. And when I extend this straight line, it touches the y-axis at -1. Correct? So I have got my intercept as -1. If I look at the slope, slope is this distance by this distance. It is equivalent to 1. And the total formula I can write y is equivalent to mx plus c. Y is equivalent to mx plus c is a straight line equation. My slope is equivalent to 1. That is m. My c is equivalent to -1. Y-axis, what have I plotted? N. So my y is equivalent to n. And my x is equivalent to 1 by theta. So I can write n is equivalent to 2 pi times 1 by theta minus 1. Because I had multiplied 2 pi everywhere over here. So I got 2 pi by theta minus 1. If I want to write it in degrees, I can write n is equivalent to 360 divided by theta minus 1. Okay, so y is equivalent to mx plus c, y is equivalent to n, x is equivalent to 1 by theta, slope is equivalent to 2 pi into 1, which is 360, and intercept is equivalent to -1. Therefore, I get my formula n is equivalent to 360 divided by theta minus 1. Isn't this the same formula that you have got just now?
Yes, ma'am.
Actually, Deepti had told us that the formula is 360 divided by the angle is equivalent to n plus 1. Isn't this the same formula?
Yes, ma'am.
So have you got the formula by your analysis, the way you were doing it and then checking and telling me? Can you get the formula from your graph by plotting the correct variables? Either way you can do and prove, yes, this is my scientific proposition that from my experiment that I'm doing just now, this is the relation between theta and n. And what is the relation? N is equivalent to 360 divided by theta minus 1, or I can say 360 divided by theta is equivalent to n plus 1. If I want to tell it in degrees, if I want to tell it in radians, I can say n is equivalent to 2 pi by theta minus 1. 360 is nothing but 2 pi radians. So if I'm measuring the angles in radians, I should call it the relation as n is equivalent to 2 pi by theta minus 1. Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Did I tell you or did you find out for yourself? Did you explain to me or tell me that this is the relation, or did I tell you the relation? Fact is, you have told me the relation. I'm just teaching you how to plot the graph, and because you are finding it a little difficult, I'm just helping you plot the graph. But I didn't tell you the answer. Answer came from you. You are telling me that this is the relation, slope is equivalent to this much, intercept is equivalent to this much. So I'm just formulating the statement for you. Y is n, x is 1 by x, 1 by theta, slope is equivalent to 360, and intercept is equivalent to -1. I'm substituting these values into this equation, y is equivalent to mx plus c, and getting the formula. Then the relation is exactly same as what Deepti had told me some 15 minutes ago. Correct? So this is the general relation. If you feel that yes, you have done the general relation, I'll stop sharing this. I'll go back to my camera, please. Okay. Now, if you have done that, I will ask you one more question. Suppose I keep two mirrors at 0 degrees. How will I keep two mirrors at 0 degrees? Are these two mirrors at 0 degrees? This mirror, okay, I'm keeping it. This mirror, is that angle between the two mirrors 0 degrees? Yes or no? Yes, I'm keeping them parallel to each other. So if the two mirrors are parallel to each other, the angle between them is equal to 0 degrees. How many images do you expect? If I keep two mirrors at 0 degrees, according to your formula, how many images do you expect?
Ma'am, infinite.
Infinite. Very good, Mansi, keep it up. Infinite. Have you seen this anytime when you go to the parlor?
Yes, ma'am.
When you go for your haircut? Have you seen? What have you seen? Please tell me, what have you seen?
One mirror is in front and the other one is at the back side.
And they are parallel to each other. So you see your face any number of times. It will be one after another, continuously in a series, and it will be infinite number of images. So is your formula applicable for all angles? The formula that you just now told, that 360 divided by theta is equivalent to n plus 1. Does it hold for 0 degrees? Does it hold for 120 degrees? Does it hold for 50 degrees? Does it hold for? It holds for all angles. So it is the general expression to find out the number of images when you have mirrors at an inclination. And you have also learned now a method by which you can measure planar angles simply by counting the number of images. Yes or no? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. I hope yes. And anybody saying no? You have not learned? You learned it by yourself. Okay, now look up on the room that you are sitting. Look up into the corner. There is a corner in your room.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
What is the configuration of the walls in that corner? Please explain.
And they are perpendicular to each other.
Very good. It is perpendicular to each other. It is mutually perpendicular to each other. You have two walls and a ceiling. They are mutually perpendicular to each other. Okay. Now, suppose I tell you, you have three mirrors. Take the three mirrors, keep it flush to your wall and the ceiling. Keep your mirrors flush to the wall and the ceiling. Okay. So what will you do? I'm now doing it for you. I will keep two mirrors like this, perpendicular to each other. This is wall number 1. This is wall number 2. And I will keep another third mirror over here. This is my ceiling. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So instead
Yes,
of doing
ma'am.
it a rough thing like this, I have done it over here. I'm keeping. So this is my floor, let us say, or the ceiling, which was like this. I have turned it upside down, ulta. So this is my ceiling. This is wall number 1. This is wall number 2. How many images do you expect to get if I keep an object over here? Can anybody make a guess, wild guess? Unfortunately, you don't have three mirrors with you. Those of you who have three mirrors, keep the mirrors like this, perpendicular to each other. Keep your object and count the number of images.
Ma'am, we are getting 4
Ma'am,
images.
8.
8. Somebody is very close to 8. You said 8. One of them is an object. So how many images are there?
Ma'am, 9.
Ma'am,
12.
7.
7. Very good. Keep it up. Keep it up. Yes. Totally, you got a 8-sided figure if you have done it properly, or if you have kept the object properly, then you will see 7 images and 1 object. I'm doing it for you now. I'm keeping this object like this. I don't know how to show it. Can you see?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Figure, are you see? Can you see? How
yes,
many
ma'am.
images are there? Can you count? Count.
Ma'am.
Seven.
7 images are there and 1 object. And this figure, what is the figure? I'm making this figure. What is the figure? In chemistry, you have learned? What
Ma'am,
was-
orthogonal.
It is? We don't say it octagonal. Octagonal is an 8-sided figure in a plane. You
Heptagonal.
Pentagonal bipyramidal.
Huh?
Pentagon bipyramidal.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so you are getting 8-sided figure in 3 dimensions. 3 dimensions. It's having length, breadth, and thickness or width. Breadth and height, I would say rather. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So this figure is 8-sided. It has 8 sides, and total number of images is equivalent to 7. Number of images plus object is equivalent to 8. You are telling me now. Okay. And the angle between these 3 mirrors, please look at my finger. This plane, and this plane. What is this angle?
90.
90 degree.
No. This angle is 90 degrees. This angle is 90 degrees. This angle is 90 degrees. They are mutually perpendicular. But this is a solid angle.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
The solid angle.
Yes, ma'am.
So in the solid angle, you don't call it as 90 degrees or 30 degrees, or you don't call it in degrees at all. Do you remember how do we measure solid angles? What is the unit of measurement
Radian.
of angles?
Steradian. In steradian.
Excellent. Steradians. With plane angles, we measure it in radians or degrees. I have converted it for you in degrees. We measure it in radians. But the solid angles, we measure in steradian. Therefore, when I'm asking you this angle, you should be able to tell me the solid angle in steradians. Okay. Can anybody make a guess? What is this angle? We'll keep it pending. Now let us see something else. Understand what is a solid angle. Yeah. Anybody? What is the angle at this corner over here? At this point?
Ma'am, 45.
Ma'am, theta.
Pardon? It will not be in degrees. So when you are saying 45 degrees or 90 degrees, it's not correct, ma.
Ma'am, theta, ma'am.
Theta is a general term. Okay, now let's understand that a little more. Then we will be able to tell that. Okay. Now suppose I take a sphere. I'm just telling you. What is this?
Solid sphere.
It is a sphere. Okay. Let me say that the radius of this sphere is equivalent to r. Okay. Radius of this sphere, radius from the center of that sphere to the circumference or the surface, that distance is equivalent to r. Some distance r. Okay. This surface area, how much is it?
4 pi r square.
Solid angle is the angle which is defined as the total surface area divided by r square.
R square.
Okay.
4 pi steradian.
4 pi steradian.
Very good. Very good. So the angle at the center, the solid angle at the center of a sphere is equivalent to 4 pi r square divided by r square, which is 4 pi steradians. Any doubt about it?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
It is equivalent to 4 pi steradians. Okay, please remember the total angle at any point in space is having a solid angle which is equivalent to 4 pi steradians. Okay. Now suppose I divide this sphere into 2 halves. Now what I'm doing, I've divided it into 2 halves. Okay.
Ma'am, 2 pi steradian then.
Then this will be
2
equivalent
pi steradian.
Very good. Excellent. Keep it up. So instead of 2 pi steradians, just for convenience, I want to call it as 4 pi by 2. Will it be wrong?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
I want to call it as 4 pi by 2. I want to keep that 4 pi as it is. So this is equivalent to 4 pi by 2 steradians. Clear? Yes. What is the angle at the center? It is this angle.
Yes, ma'am.
This is the solid angle. Okay. At the center, this is the solid angle. This is equivalent to 4 pi by 2 steradians. Clear? Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Now we will do, instead of
Yes, ma'am.
going further, I will take a plane mirror and keep it flushed like this. the whole surface, I kept it flushed like this. Now, what are you seeing through the mirror? Can you see? What are you seeing?
Full sphere.
You are seeing
Full
the full
sphere.
sphere. Okay, so the object and the image behind this whole space is having a angle equivalent to 4 pi star radians. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
And what was
Yes,
this
ma'am.
angle at this point? What is this angle? This is that solid angle I'm talking about. What is this angle?
4 pi by 2 star radians.
4 pi by 2. Correct? So the total angle is 4 pi. The angle at the plane mirror is 4 pi by 2. How many object plus image are you getting? This is my object. How many image are you getting?
Ma'am,
One image.
One image. Total object plus image is equivalent to how much?
2.
2.
So 4
Two.
pi by 2 and this 2. Can you see the link?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Correct? Now suppose I say I take that half a sphere, which was half a sphere, and I broke it up into 2 halves. Okay? I have broke it up into 2 halves. So what is the angle at the center over here? Is this angle? This angle?
Yes, ma'am.
4 pi by 4.
4 pi by 4 star radians. Very good. It is 4 pi by star radians. Now what I will do is I'll take a mirror, keep it over here. I'll take another mirror and keep it over here. So I'm taking 2 mirrors and keeping it flush. What are you seeing, image?
It's a complete sphere.
It is a full sphere. It is a full sphere. So what is the solid angle over here? Object space and image space. Solid angle is
4 pi.
4 pi 60 radian.
radians. What is the angle over here?
4 pi by
This angle?
4 pi by 4.
4 pi by 4.
So this 4 pi by 4, the angle between the 2 mirrors was 4 pi by 4. And what you are seeing is a full sphere, which is 4 pi star radians. How many image plus object did you get?
3.
3 images and 1
3
object.
images plus 1 object.
Jack.
3 images. I'm sure you can see it. 3 images and 1 object. So totally 4. So 4 pi by 4 and this 4. Can you see the link?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes? Yes? So you just write total angle was 4 pi. Please write somewhere. Total angle was 4 pi star radians divided by the angle between the mirror was 4 pi by 4 star radians. 4 pi divided by 4 pi by 4. How much is it?
4.
4.
4.
The number of images plus object?
4.
4. Can you see the link now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Total angle divided by the
Divided by
angle
total
made by the 2
pi.
mirrors is equivalent to number of images plus the object.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, we'll do it a
Yes,
little
ma'am.
more. We'll do it more number of times so that you will be convinced. Now I'll take this quarter of a sphere and divide it into 2 halves. Okay. Now what is the angle at this point? Is
4
this
pi
angle?
by 8.
4 pi by 8. Somebody is answering fantastic. Very, very fast. 4 pi by 8. Now I will take mirrors, keep it flushed with this surface, keep it flushed with this surface, keep it flushed with this surface. That means this angle will be covered. Okay. I have got this mirror made and I can, no, not this, not this. I've got this mirrors made. So I'm keeping it now like this. Okay. Now can you see what is the total image? The thickness of the mirror is, can you see the full sphere?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
How many images are there? Can you count and tell me?
7.
7 images. You have done it before. 7 images. Totally 7 plus 1 is how much?
8.
What is this angle? Therefore, what is this angle?
4 pi 60 radian. Total
4 pi
angle
by
4
8
pi.
star radians. I got
Yes,
total
ma'am.
number of images plus object is equivalent to 8. So I know the angle. What is this angle? This angle is nothing but 4 pi by 8 star radians. We were struggling to tell what is the angle over here. Now, did you get the idea how to get the angle?
Yes,
If with my object I am getting
Yes,
7
ma'am.
images plus 1 object, totally 8, then this angle must be equivalent to 4 pi by
8.
total number
8
of image plus object, which
steradian.
is equivalent to 8. Therefore, it is 4 pi by 8 steradians. Now, do I have a measuring device to measure solid angles? I don't have a solid angle measuring device. I asked you what is this angle. You were not able to tell. But now I'm telling you, keep an object, count the images and the number of objects if you find out. Total, you know how much it is, n plus 1. Then 4 pi divided by n plus 1 is equivalent to your angle. Yes or no?
Yes,
So that
ma'am.
is your solid angle. Yes, we'll do it once
Yes,
more.
ma'am.
Suppose I take this 4 pi by 8, which I have got it over here, and I break it up into 2 parts. Okay, what should this angle be?
4 pi by 6.
5 by 12
4
by
pi by
16.
16. Somebody is answering, Mansi is answering, fatafat. So it is 4 pi by 16. Now tell me, I'm not going to do anything. If I keep one mirror flushed like this, one mirror flushed like this, one mirror flushed like this, and I cover this angle, how many images should I get?
15.
15
Very
images.
good. Keep it up. Tali, 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 tali. So she told me that I will get, this angle is 4 pi by 16. How many images will you get? 15.
15.
Number of images plus object should be equivalent to 16. She
16.
told me correctly. Perfect. Perfect. How many of you agree to what she has told? Who told me the answer just now? Was it Mansi? No, 15.
No,
Who
ma'am.
told?
Komal. Ma'am,
Komal.
Komal.
Can I see your face? I'm not able to see your face. Ah, that's right. That's right. Excellent. Komal told me 15. So can we try it out and see whether she is correct or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes or no? She has told us what the solid angle over here is. Correct? Therefore, if I know the solid angle over here, I will be able to find out if I keep this surface flush. Then I should be able to tell that that solid angle is equivalent to whatever it is. Just now you told me the answer. I have done that also. This is the place. Okay. I'm keeping it over here, but I don't think you can measure. I don't think you can you measure? Count? Not way. No way. It's very difficult because this is opaque. Okay. But opaque you can't do. But I can keep this. Very difficult for you to count. Very difficult for you to count. Okay. I don't think you can count. Now let me count it and tell you, because it's very difficult for you to tell. It is too, what? I don't know whether you can count or not. Can you count? No way. Let me count and tell you. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm getting, Komal told me that I should get 15 degrees. 15 images. Yes? And she was perfectly right. She was
Yes,
perfectly right, because if this solid angle is equivalent to 4 pi by 16, you should get 15 images plus one object. But now I'm counting and telling that I am getting only 13 images and plus one object, 14. So if I am wrong or Komal is wrong? I am wrong or Komal is wrong?
Komal is right.
Komal is right. There is no doubt about it. I am also right.
Yes.
Okay, I will tell you now what has happened. I said that I should keep the mirror flushed over here. I have to keep a mirror flushed over here. I have to get a mirror flushed over here. But when I asked the carpenter to do that for me, I can't do it. I asked the carpenter to do it for me. He did it, but he didn't do it perfect job. You can see a gap over here. Can you see?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
This is actually not fitting
Yes,
properly.
ma'am.
Okay. Right. Therefore, this angle, what he has done for me is 4 pi by 14. And this angle, what is made by this body, is 4 pi by 16. If I keep it exactly flushed, I would get 15 images. Komal is fine. Correct?
Yes,
Are
ma'am.
you able to understand? So now I know, because I'm getting 14 images, 13 plus 1 images over here, I can confidently say that the angle that these three mirrors are making at this corner is 4 pi by 14, not 4 pi by 16. Okay, but what is the angle made by this corner over here? It is 4 pi by 16.
Yes.
So if I want to get 15 images, I have to keep the mirror flushed over here, flushed over here, flushed over here. Then only I will be able to check. Okay, but now did I measure this solid angle by counting the number of images? Yes or no? Yes. So now I have a
Yes,
mechanism by which
ma'am.
I can find out the solid angle simply by counting the number of images. I don't need any other device. I don't know what is the instrument for measuring solid angle. I've never seen one. And I don't even know whether it is available in the market. I tried searching in the net. I couldn't get a suitable device which can be used for finding out the solid angle. But I have a better device. How? I can simply keep an object over here. At any angle, solid angle I want to measure, I keep the object over here, find out the number of images. Then I know what is the solid angle. Nobody can question me because I'm perfect. Okay. So now do you have a method to find out solid angles? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Suppose you
Yes,
go to a
ma'am.
museum. Suppose you go to a museum. Okay. And you have shapes of the rooms of all types. It's not just cuboids. All our houses are usually cuboids. We have perpendicular walls and ceilings and floor. So the corner will be 4 pi by 8 steradians most of the time. Suppose you go to a physical room which has some angles which are you can't measure. You go to a corner and you find one wall is like this and one wall is like this, one wall is like this, and I want to find out the solid angle. How will you find out? I am giving you a task. How will you find out the solid angle at that point?
I'm counting the images.
Yes, you just take mirrors and keep it on the walls. Put one object, your finger itself, count the number of images. Whatever is the number of images plus 1, 4 pi by that only is the solid angle. Did we do it now? Yeah, did you follow? Yes?
Yes.
So what is the general formula for things, solid angles? If I keep mirrors such that they are making a solid angle, let that solid angle be equivalent to phi. So what is the general formula to find out the number of images? Can somebody now guess and tell me? Yes,
Phi is
done?
4 pi by
2 angle divided by angle made by the object is
Yes.
equals to image plus object.
Fantastic. So it is 4 pi divided by phi is equivalent to n plus 1. Previously, we got 2 pi by theta is equivalent to n plus 1 because 360 is equivalent to 2 pi radians. Yes or no?
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
yes,
Planar angle, we
Yes,
got 2
ma'am.
pi by theta is equivalent to n plus 1. For solid angle, it will be 4 pi by phi is equivalent to n plus 1. Okay. Did you learn anything?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand what I was trying to say?
Yes, ma'am.
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
You
Yes,
did
ma'am.
what I was saying. It's only I'm just putting the question like that. So now do you feel that there is a method by which you can find out the planar angles and the space angles easily by counting the number of images with the plane mirrors? So that is your way of calculating or measuring the angles without using a protractor or a solid angle measuring device. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Stop over
Yes,
here.
ma'am.
We'll stop over here.
Yes,
And I
ma'am.
will allow you to ask questions and see whether you have understood or not. You ask questions and let the others answer. I'm sure you will have plenty of questions. You're becoming shy, that's all.
Ma'am, I have a misconception about the graph.
You have something to ask about the graph. Yeah, tell me.
Ma'am, I didn't get that how we get the slope and the interception.
Okay, now first, did you take n in the y-axis?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. What are the numbers in the y-axis you put?
Ma'am, from 1 to 6.
1 to 6. Okay. In the x-axis, you wrote 1 by theta.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And what was your 1 by theta? Your 1 by theta was 360 divided by 2, 360 divided by 3, 360 divided by 4, 360 divided by 5. This 360, we took it extra. Okay. Right? It is actual. So then you plotted the graph.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. When you got the points, did you get all the points on a straight line?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Did you extend that line to touch your y-axis?
Yes, ma'am.
Did it touch the y-axis below the 0?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What was your intercept?
-1.
It was -1. So your intercept is -1. There is no doubt about it. Okay. Now in
Yes.
this straight line, how do you find out the slope?
Ma'am, by dividing 360 by the angle, then I got the numbers of images.
No. How do you find out a slope in a straight line? You will draw one small right angle triangle. Take
Yes,
the
ma'am.
delta y, delta x. Yeah. Take delta y, take delta x and tell me how much it is. You do it yourself. That is your problem because you didn't do it yourself. I told. So you do it yourself, you will understand. Find out delta y is how much, delta x is how much. Then calculate the slope. In the x-axis, I had told you multiply 360. So now when you're finding out the slope, you should divide 360. To be fair, you can't multiply any number. So you just divide 360 in the x-axis.
Ma'am, I'm not getting it properly.
You're not getting it properly. You will get actually delta y is equivalent to 4 means delta x will also be 4. 4 by 4 is 1. If you get delta y as 3, you will get delta x also 3. If you do it carefully, you will get. So 3 by 3 is 1. Okay. And in the denominator, if you have to divide 360, it will come to the numerator. So it will become 360 into 1. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And what was, now you say it is a straight line. What is the equation of a straight line? Y is equivalent to mx plus c.
X. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. What was your c? -1.
Yes, ma'am.
What was your m? 360 into 1.
Yes, ma'am.
What was your y? On y-axis, what did you plot?
N.
N. In x-axis, what did you plot?
Ma'am, 1 by 3.
theta.
Achha, now substitute y, x, m and c. Tell me what you are getting. You substitute.
Ma'am, 360.
No, no. You substitute. For y, what will you substitute? For y, what will you substitute? N.
Yes, ma'am.
For slope, what will you substitute? 360?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Into minus.
ma'am.
No, wait. And x, what will you substitute? 1 by theta? Shall I show it to you now on the thing, board?
Yes, ma'am.
And C you will substitute. I think I will share the board 1 minute. Okay. Where do I stop sharing? I will do it 1 minute. Share screen, whiteboard. Oh, yeah. Can you see the board now?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you seeing the board?
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
So this is my y-axis. Pardon me for my straight lines. Where is my pen? Has vanished somewhere. What happened to my pen? Erika, how do I get my pen back? I can't. Okay. What happened now? I didn't. My pen has vanished. Just pardon me. How are you? Where is my pen now? Arrow, erase. Anyway, this is my x-axis. No, I can't write. So I wrote over here.
Excuse me, ma'am. You can share it once again.
I'll
Excuse
share
me.
it once again. Yeah, that's
Yes,
better.
then you will
I
get
did
it.
gadbad. I did some gadbad. I know. Share. Okay, whiteboard. Share. Yeah, I've got back my pen. Ooh, this is my thing. X-axis. X-axis. My variable was 1 by theta. Y-axis. My variable was n. Okay. And the points, I'm just joining the points. You will get a straight line like this. Yes or no? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All of you have done it, I know. If you extend this over here, this will be -1. This is 0. This is 1. Graph paper you are doing. This is 2. Correct? Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
And you got up a line like this. If you take this angle, if this is equivalent to 4, this will be 4 divided by 360. Why 360? Because I had multiplied 360 somewhere to make it simple. Okay, so this will be 4 and this will be 4 by 360. So what is your slope? Slope m is equivalent to, I don't know how to write, will become equivalent to 360. Yes or no? 4 divided by 4 by 360.
Yes.
Y divided by delta x. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Intercept is equivalent to
-1.
-1. This is a straight line. What is the equation for a straight line? It is y is equivalent to
mx
mx, sorry for my handwriting, and c plus c. Okay. Now this is, I'm removing this. This is c. What is your y? What is your y? This is your y.
And
And what is your m?
360.
360. I have to learn how to write. And what is your x? Look at
1
this.
by theta.
1 by theta. So can I write theta in the denominator, 1 in the numerator? Then
Yes.
1 into 360 is equivalent to 360. What is your c?
-1.
What is this formula now? N is equivalent to 360 divided by theta minus 1. Yes?
ma'am.
Isn't that the
Yes,
same
ma'am.
formula that you had guessed before while doing the experiment?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So isn't this the general formula?
Yes,
If I
ma'am.
substitute 0 over here, if I write 0 over here, angle between the two plane mirrors is 0. How many images n should be? 360 divided by 0 is how much?
Infinite.
Infinite. Therefore, you got infinite images. If I make this angle is equivalent to 60 degrees, 360 divided by 60 is how much?
I'm 6.
6 minus 1 is how
6.
much?
5.
How many images
5.
did you get? 5. If I make
Five.
this theta equivalent to 72, 360 divided by 72 is 5. 5 minus 1 is 4. Number of images you got 4. Isn't it the general formula?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
Yes,
Understood.
ma'am.
So this is what I was trying to say, that whatever you had guessed, you are now proving it by your graphically method. How? By plotting graph. Why did you plot n and 1 by theta? Why didn't you plot theta? Tell me, why did you plot 1 by theta? Because you told me that n from your experiment, you got something like this. Was proportional to,
Theta.
1 by
yes or no? So you
Yes.
told me
Yes, ma'am.
proportional to 1 by theta. That's why I told you plot n versus 1 by theta. Then you'll get a straight line. If you plot n by theta, you'll get a hyperbola. It is difficult to understand what is happening from a hyperbola. It is always easy to plot a straight line graph. When you plot a straight line graph, you can easily find out the slope and the intercept and then conclude. If you plot some other graphs, then you will have to take the help of some other software to be able to identify what is that equation of that curve is. Yes or no? Right.
Yes.
So that's why
Yes, ma'am.
drawing a straight line is the best way of understanding what is happening compared to any other different types of curves. Got my point? Deepti,
Yes,
did
ma'am.
you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, I got properly.
Yes, that's it. Great. Yeah. Any other questions? Shall I stop sharing this dirty board? Yeah, I have removed it. Yes. I'm sorry. I have to learn how to write. Yes. Tell me, what other questions you would like to ask? And I'm sure there are plenty of questions. You want to know something. It's just that you're not becoming smart enough to ask.
Ma'am, why we don't plot the graph between 1 by n and theta?
You can. There is no harm. You can plot 1 by n and theta. You will get a proper same formula. Will you do it at home? Take your calculator, plot 1 by n and theta. You will get a different slope. You will get a different intercept. Substitute into that equation. You will get the same expression. The expression will be the same, but your intercept will be different. Your slope will be different. You have to rearrange that equation and write. Then you will get the same formula. Yes?
Okay, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Will you do it? Would you like to do it? How many of you will do it? Yes, that should be the spirit. I will prove it. You have to prove it. If you don't prove, then my saying may be true, may not be true. Don't take me for granted. I might be telling you all rubbish. You prove it for yourself. Yes, it is true. Okay, so please do it. Okay, anything else? Now, did you enjoy this? Did you learn something from this, or it was a big bore? Did you learn anything?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, very few yes. That means most of you have not understood or not enjoyed. I'm sorry if you have not enjoyed, but I only wish you have material with you so that you can do it for yourself. I don't want to tell anything. I want you to do it and then prove it for yourself. Okay, some of you did, but most of you were depending on my demo. Don't do that. You do it yourself. Will you go back home and do it? Spend this whole afternoon today now trying to get it, whatever you said, whether it is true or not? Very
Yes,
difficult. You should have that josh. हाँ करना है बिल्कुल करना है. ठीक है? Yes. Okay. Right. Anything else you would like to tell?
Girls, do you love to share any of your experience during this workshop? What you have learned? Any one of you? Do you? Dipti, please unmute your mic. Dipti, unmute your mic.
There was nothing bookish. It was like everything is happening in the physical world. We are getting it properly. It is. It is not bookish. It is. It really exists. And this is the best thing allowed.
Really?
Yeah. It is happening truly. It's not that books are telling that is why we are learning it.
Yes.
It's not something that the author says you learn this and we are learning. Correct?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am, it is really true. Today it is an amazing experience to get relation of number of images with angle between mirrors by doing such a simple experiment.
It's so simple. It's so simple.
Really,
but
it's
it
so
gives
simple
you a clue
experiment.
as to, yeah.
But sometimes we didn't see it like this. It's a really amazing experience to find the relation.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Now,
So
please extend this experience in your work at home and try to understand it better. Okay, that is my sincere advice to all of you. Yes, don't leave it over here.
I assure you, ma'am, all these students will be mentors for the other students who have not joined this class.
Great.
So they will be a
so then
mentor
they
for
have
the
to
others.
learn. Then they have to learn how to do and what to do. Very good. I like this idea very much. They have to mentor their colleagues in the class, or maybe their seniors or juniors, whomever. It is possible. Keep it up.
So by this, they will
Fantastic.
learn
I've seen
more.
a couple of your photos and videos where they have been teaching. Yeah, you shared one of them. Thank you so much.
So thank you very much, Ma'am Sarmishta, for your intellectual and enlightening workshop.
Thank you
So
so
I
much.
hope students have learned a lot and have a great experience.
Provided they teach their friends, then I'll know that they have learned. Okay. Thank
They
you.
will be a teacher after having their own activity.
Yes. So thanks,
So,
girls. Thank you very much for your patience, for your interaction, for your answers. Some people were excited and answering. Many of them were keeping quiet. Yes. Yes. Some of them were, yes, very, very, very active. Keep it up, answering immediately. Thanks a lot.
dear
Thank
girls,
you
you
for
are
your
really very
patience.
fortunate that today you got an opportunity to interact with an eminent teacher of national and international repute. Am I true, girls?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
I am sure that the students are inspired a lot from this learning by doing activity that will help them to inculcate scientific temperament, which will go along with them. Ma'am, your demos have created excitement among the students.
Thank you.
So really, they have learned a lot. And girls, you all are the witness of the fact that ma'am is great lover of physics. And this is a reason she did number of innovative ways to teach physics through demonstrations. So we all should clap for ma'am, because ma'am is a 6 times winner of. 6 times is a big number. 6-time winner at the national level during the national competition of innovative experiments. So we should all clap for ma'am. And it's our proud privilege that today ma'am is with us, and ma'am is sharing and enlightening us with their beautiful demonstrations. Once again, lots of thanks to ma'am. And we will continue this learning by doing for all next 4 days. Hope to meet you tomorrow at 12 p.m.
Will it be the same time, 12 to 2?
Yes, ma'am, 12 p.m. Is it comfortable for you?
Perfect, no problem. Children should be available. It's perfect for me.
So tomorrow we will meet at 12 p.m. And thanks to all the participants too for their excitement and well answering the questions. But we should carry our material. If it is not true for this day, then do it by yourself after this workshop. And I hope you will learn a lot. Once again, thanks a lot, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Really, yeah, wonderful opportunity. So thanks to all the staff members of the department. And I'm extremely happy to be a part of your sessions. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Hope to meet you tomorrow at 12 p.m.
Yeah.
Okay, girls. Bye-bye.
स्टूडेंट्स अपना फीडबैक फॉर्म भर दीजिए, मैंने चैट बॉक्स पे डाला हुआ है. प्लीज फिल द फीडबैक फॉर्म फॉर योर अटेंडेंस.
Hurry up, girls.
Okay, bye-bye.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Bye-bye. गर्ल्स, सबने लिंक खोल लिया तो हम मीटिंग को एंड कर सकते हैं.
ठीक है.
Yes, ma'am.
सबने खोल लिया हुआ? So meeting. I'm going to end the meeting.
Okay,
girls. Okay. Have a nice day. Bye bye.
Same to you, ma'am.